Hey Scorpio, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. Let me get us all situated here. So this is your August monthly reading, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much. Please subscribe so you know when new videos go live. If you're a return subby, thank you so much. I always appreciate the likes, the comments, and all the interaction and the support. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'm going to pull one oracle card, and then I'm going to be pulling a card for money, career, love, you know, some communication things you need to be aware of, and then a card for each week of August. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Scorpio, I tried to film this video sooner, but for whatever reason, my phone was like, not today. So here we are. Let's see what's going on for Scorpio for August. August, Scorpio. Scorpio, whoop, okay, you got two that came out, so we'll take both of them. We got friendship and doubt. Okay, Scorpio. So it says, I understand that a friend in my life, that a friend is in my life for a reason. I release the need to know all the answers. Scorpio, now it certainly can mean that you are doubting some of the people in your life, like their motives, motivation. Sometimes when we start to go through an evolution or ascension or evolving energetically, sometimes we realize that the relationships in our life are, have gone through their course, and there's nothing wrong with coming to that realization that, as you move forward, some of the people in your life might not be joining you. Okay, so let's see what's going to go on, Scorpio, for August. And this, I'm filming this on the 27th, so Jupiter's retrograding back into Aquarius. I just, this is the time, Scorpio, to really focus on you. What you do now sets the tone for the rest of the year. So all I can tell you is, it's probably best to put energy and focus in what you want to accomplish. And the real ones are going to stay with you, and the ones that need to, go their own way, you'll be able to find them out. You're a Scorpio. No one can keep anything from a Scorpio. Not that I've ever seen. So what's going on with money? Oops. Career, love, some comms. Okay. Interesting. Scorpio, we got at the bottom of the deck, just kind of overall, we got the Nine of Wands. So for some of you, you've been through a pretty, aggressive journey on working on something, moving towards something. Like I said, for a lot of you, it could be working on self. There's a lot of internal things that you have been mulling over and, deciding which way you want to go. And for some of you, this is sometimes known as the Wounded Warrior card, meaning that you feel like you just want to give up and say, F it. You know what I mean? It's not even worth it anymore. But Scorpio, you guys are so resilient. You are literally the phoenix rising through the ashes. The Nine of Wands can certainly mean that, whatever effort and action you've been putting into, and if this feels more work related, to be very fair, I feel like a lot of you, you're so close that this is not the time to give up. This is the time to be resilient. This is time to course correct. This is the time to reassure yourself and believe in yourself. And any naysayers, okay, any doubt that you might be feeling, any naysayers, get that energy out of the way, because you need to be positive. You need to remove all obstacles, and you need to keep persevering, okay? So in money, we got the death energy. You came out in your own reading. So for a lot of you, this is a big upheaval and a different approach in how your financial landscape looks in general. Meaning for a lot of you, you are taking an entirely different approach. For some of you, this is kind of a milestone that many of you may not have had a good relationship with money, and now you're understanding that money is energy and it needs to work for you, right? And it's not about chasing money, it's about aligning to the energy. So Scorpio, as you come in this, I feel like for many of you, it's getting, your life back into a stable setting. When people's finances are good, then usually they have the ability and a clear mind to focus on other things. So for instance, if your money's kind of up and down, like dating and love and relationships may not be on the forefront of your mind. For a lot of you, this is, a huge transformation in how you think about money, how you approach, how you look at investing. For some of you, this is not trying to do these quick little schemes to get rich. This is really playing the long game. So, you know, if this is you, understand that this is a process. And as you become more financially literate, you become more confident in your financial decisions, right? Career looks really good. You got the Magician card. It's all about you, confidence in making things happen, Scorpio. You know, like I said, Scorpio, you guys are so good at observing, and you always play chess. You're never playing checkers like everyone else is, thinking that you're not, you know, maybe paying attention or participating, but little do they know that you already have a game plan of A, B, C, and D of scenarios that could happen. You're very methodical in your approach. The Magician tells me in the career is that you guys are making the career that you want, whether that is an entrepreneurial road that you're actually cutting loose from like a 9-to-5 and working from someone else, and you're going down the road of, hey, I want my own hours, I want my own influence on what I do, what I sell, you know, whatever the case is. But for a lot of you, you are getting yourself out there and creating a role, and you're maybe negotiating hard for, you know, a new position out there. Like you're applying for jobs and you're saying, look, you're kind of playing two companies against each other so you can have multiple offers, which is super smart, Scorpio. And right now, you know, people have the power to really make a lot of power plays right now. So negotiating high, so you understand that you're in a really good place. Maybe it's a bonus structure, but whatever it is, like you feel really confident that you can kind of create the job, create the package that you want to enter into a role. And like I said, for a lot of you, you know, going on your own and doing solo, you know, solopreneur, entrepreneur, it's like you feel empowered that you have the opportunity to create the product that you really are in love with, the service that you think is needed and is not out there. There's like a void in the market. But whatever it is, like you're very focused. I don't know if you can see, but it's like this really intense type of, you know, approach to your career. And all I can tell you, Scorpio, is that nobody better get in your way, because you are really going to come out swinging and accomplish a lot. And like I said, Jupiter is moving back into Aquarius, so this sets the tone for the rest of the year. Jupiter is the, you know, the gift giver. So dream freaking big. This is not, do not play the short game on this one. I mean, swing for the fences, Scorpio. Love, romance, Scorpio, you got 6 of Wands. Well, someone is feeling very high and successful on the whole, you know, vibration and giving out, you know, hey, look at me. Scorpios, you have no issue getting any attention. You're so mysterious and just kind of like sultry, and you just get attention without even trying. But when you really put it out there and you really want to, like, you know, step it up and add a little swagger to it, I mean, it's like almost like the sex appeal is off the charts. It's almost hard to take your eyes off you. And that's what it's all about, you going in very confident and victorious. And, you know, for many of you, this can be that you have several admirers, Scorpio, seriously, especially if you're single. Singles, you could be really going in strong, you know, being very bold out there in the dating game, whether it's like being on multiple apps or, you know, going on multiple dates. You're having fun if you're single, and you should. This is all about this fire energy. We just entered into Leo season. So what a good way to like puff out your chest and be like, oh, I'm here. The Scorpio's here. Forget about the Leos. You know, if you are couples, I can tell you that as a couple, you guys feel a little bit more unified. You feel more confident. You feel like you guys are on the same path. You're working toward the same things. Communication is really good. Probably in the bedroom, everything is working really nicely. But for a lot of you, as a couple, things look really strong too. And for many of you as a couple, you can be maybe you're letting your partner lead in a situation when you have no problem kind of taking that back seat and being that supportive role, kind of staying in the shadows. You could be supporting a partner right now where you're just like, let them shine, let them, you know, be the center of attention. There's nothing wrong with that. Communication, Page of Cups. This month for August, you know, Scorpio, I feel like you're going to be being a little bit more on that softer side. And I don't mean softer as in weak. I mean in you are leveraging your soft skills like communication, reading the room, being a little bit more sympathetic, kind of approaching things with a little bit more lighter heart. That doesn't mean that anyone's going to walk over you, Scorpio. You're still, you know, there's still a party that people know not to like mess with. But I feel like the Page of Cups is like this kind of a little bit more vulnerable type of like energy. So for instance, communication wise, you might be sharing a little bit more intimate or personal details, not a ton, don't freak out, but just a little tidbits of yourself, you know, whether it's colleagues or maybe an acquaintance or something that people kind of like, oh wow, and it helps people gravitate toward you. It's like that little bit of that trust factor, Scorpio, that you're just giving people a little bits of yourself that you feel comfortable sharing, but it builds this huge trust factor. Okay, so comms wise and, you know, just overall, I really feel like you're going to be leading a little bit more with heart this month, and it's because you've probably gone through some really tough stuff this past, you know, July and Cancer season, and all I can tell you is that, you know, well deserved. Okay, first week of the month we got Ace of Swords, right under that death energy. When there is an ending, there's always a new beginning, and for a lot of you, you might have an idea or something that you want to launch or take to this next level, or, you know, there's some research that you're doing and you're starting to get really optimistic and excited. You know, anytime that the Ace of Swords, it's really like cutting out and becoming very focused and clear on your next steps. Now, when I said Jupiter's retrograding back into Aquarius, if you have an idea, because Aquarius is all about the visionaries, like ideas, inventors, you know, they're really able to kind of create something out of nothing. Even these kind of like out there ideas, like Scorpio, if there's, you know, some potential opportunity to actually move things forward, you need to start pushing it and put action, because if you don't put action behind this Ace of Swords, it just stays an idea. What I'm saying is that you've overcome a lot. So your financial landscape might be a little bit better, where you could start in a venture and you have a little bit more, you know, money to invest in yourself or whatever you're trying to get off the ground, but definitely move this forward. Second week, right under the Magician card, you got Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is all about that, you know, hardworking behind the scenes, really putting like a heads down approach. For some of you, you have been networking. For some of you, you have been working and investing on yourself, a skill set, learning something new, learning a different product or service, learning a new technology, learning an application, getting certified or a license or something like that, where you're really putting a lot of time and effort into something. And this has been all behind the scenes. Also, there could have been some people, or will be some people, that come into your life that really could help you, teach you something, but they're going to do it in a way where you really feel like it's resonating. It doesn't feel like you're being told what to do. It's like this is an advantage for you to learn this, and so you're being really diligent and focusing and working your ass off, which is great, because, you know, you're going to get the recognition you're looking for career-wise. All I can tell you is the work you're putting in now, it's going to pay off. Third week, you have the Sun card, which is fabulous because the sun illuminates, or really, you know, brightens anything around it. You don't really have any negative cards at all. The Sun card's just saying that, you know, you're going to really start to feel all the efforts of your labor really start to shine through, and you're going to start to see progress and growth, which is really flippin' exciting. Plus, you know, the Sun card is ruled by Leo. We're in Leo season, so this third week you might see some really intense forward movement and all the work you've been putting in. It's right under that Six of Wands, so you're going to be moving in high and mighty, very confident, and just like chest out, knowing that everything that you've gone through, it's been worth it, because you are where you are now, and look at me now, boo-boo. So last week, fourth week, we got Four of Swords. Well-rested little break, mental rest with the Four of Swords, needing just to kind of take a step back and, like, you know, ground yourself, center yourself. It's right under that Page of Cups. So this can be maybe just, you know, remembering to tell your loved ones and friends that maybe you just need a little bit of R&R, that, you know, you need to take a little, you know, time out from maybe work, or, you know, like family and friends and activities. You know, maybe you just need a weekend or a good couple weekends where you just kind of like decompress and just, you know, clear things out of the house, or you take a well-needed spa visit, or whatever the case is. But this last week, you're really starting off with a bang with this, you know, Ace of Swords, the beginning of something, the start of something, and then by the end of the last week, you're gonna really need a little bit of time out to kind of like breathe and recalibrate, recharge your batteries, because there's a lot going on this month for you, Scorpio. I love reading for you guys. I always feel like Aqua and Scorpio are very similar, but, you know, we obviously have quite a few traits that are different. But Have a wonderful rest of the month. Please subscribe if you're new. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and I cannot wait to read for you again. Thank you guys.